Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Goalkeeper career mode. We start with Brentford away in this game. I'm actually pretty enjoying this series. It's been a while. I think sometimes you just have to take some time away and then you can get into it. But I've really enjoyed making it. I've been pretty decent in goal as well. That's helped. I think the last episode of that one-off game. But we played Brentford, obviously a team that's quite a bit out of our league, but I made a good save here, right? And then what you'll see is this. I know it's FIFA, it's a game of codes and that, but what you are about to see, if it ever happens, will kind of sum up exactly like the flaws and why I like playing the games like this for fun, but I can't play it online like competitively because that was a penalty. I mean, yeah, you can tell I did this like I did this a while ago because I couldn't actually remember what the penalty was, but. Just from playing it, I'm like, yeah, it's if that happens to you online, you just boot your Xbox off, don't you? When it happens here, it's part of it. That's what I like about it. It's a bit more chill when you're just in goal, as I've just been chipped by Van Tony, which is even more humiliating. When you're just in goal, it's not quite as bad, I guess, which is disloyalty. But I do love this. That's one, and it's only going to get better with FIFA. This stuff I love about FIFA, and even though I'm a Football Manager fan these days, that's the stuff that I love about FIFA. When you see the crowds, I remember when it came in when next gen came in, what was it, FIFA 14 midway through, and I loved it. But yeah, that's why for me FIFA's just kind of thing I can only play sort of in my own time. I can't play competitively, because I'm shit. All I do is pro clubs just with my mates. That's all I can do. I think once you get to a level of that, I mean this shit again. What is that animation? Like, you're going to get it, I'm afraid. You're going to get it. I've just tapped upwards, but because of my starting position, it throws you out. This is what I mean by I can't play pro clubs competitively and in goal. Because I've had it before where you've done all your warm-up games, you make a save, and it comes to the game and you just have an animation like that. And there's nothing you can do. Like, it's so frustrating and humiliating. You're like such a tit when it happens. And I've had it. And I'm just like, oh, brilliant. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, so we've had a pretty disastrous first game of this episode against Brentford. I did make a save. I think I had two in a row, didn't I? Because the Bournemouth one was crap. So I've just been hit with a couple of bad animations, and I'm afraid it happens. You've just got to kind of blank it out. That was a good save for a strong hand. But yeah, I said in the last episode that it's not made to be for goalkeeping. It's true, but what you have to remember as well is a flap at that one is that in was it FIFA 11, like it was a feature, be a goalkeeper. So that I reckon they still must have some kind of area of work where it's kind of meant for goalkeeping, and you have accomplishments for it. It's just it's not very popular, of course. And as we go into the Derby game, I was keen to get my form back. And that's what you call a decent save. When you punch in that area, you can't really do much, but you just got to pray there's not a striker there, and there wasn't. Luckily, but it's what they call a smart save. As they came through, I mean, he's got to bury that. I've closed the angle and made a great save, but he's got to bury that. When you make a first couple of saves, you think, oh, it's going to be one of these games. But we're in quite bad form at the minute. We're ducking, I think, about 18th. Lucky, like, there's a lot of teams a lot worse, as I just somehow save that as well. He made a really good start to this game. But yeah, you're going to get mixed in. This is why I like these settings. This is why I like it. Sometimes it does do shit to you and it's frustrating. But this is why I like it. You're going to have a few bad games and you're going to have good games. As I was really quick on that dive. I had it covered. I had it covered, Sam. Don't you worry. But yeah, this really had the feel of one of these good games. As their keeper actually made a save. I forget to zoom in. Because that's what I sometimes say when I play these games. I'm a bit multitasking. When it goes up to the other end, I'm like, oh, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm either editing, I'm doing work, I'm working from home a bit in a minute, or I'm just playing Football Manager usually, actually. I think I was playing Football Manager, as you can tell, or speaking to my mates, by the fact I don't zoom in. But you can get plenty of replays now because we've actually scored in a game. And this guy's like a hero. Like, if there's any Wickham fans watching, I'm so sorry that I've made absolutely no attention to the actual team players. I remember watching a Torquay one. I think some other YouTuber did in like 2014. I've been like, how's it? Just respect my players, like learn all my players. I mean, I know it's different because of the player career, but there's some heroes in this team, honestly. And this guy is the one that is. But I'm sure if I researched it, which I should do, you lot will tell me more if there is any Wickham fans. But shout out to your club because you, as a Torquay fan, you beat us 3-0 to stay up on our skin for season when we went down to the conference in 2014 at our home stadium and sent Bristol Rovers down on the final day with Gareth Ainsworth in charge. And you just think went to the Championship and you're so close to staying there on no budget. So you're like Wickham. That's why I've done this as their inspiration for League Two National League clubs. Bristol Rovers have evolved since they've dropped back down to League Two now as well. But like, it's just a really nice story of Ainsworth as well. And Ainsworth's first game, as well, another good save as like a player manager, was against Torquay, my team, and they beat us 2-1, of course, bottom of League Two, and they did that. So, yeah, fair play. Fair. I have so much respect for Wickham. I really hope they do well in League One next season. I'm just a bit gutted that their fans didn't get to see them in Championship because, as I said in episode 1, I really think it could have made a bit more of a difference for them, as well as they already did. But yes, this was the dream game. The amount of saves I made was brilliant. And Derby got in the last minute, and I saved it. It didn't register as a save. I pressed B, whatever, to make myself look big. But as you can see here, I just ran at him. So all you need to do is close the angle. It's one of these dream games and go where everything goes your way. You're the hero. Your team snatches a 1-0 win. That's crucial. On to the next one. I got back-to-back clean sheets because there wasn't even a highlight worth showing in the Barnsley game. So look at that. We're flying for the game. There's 2 shots to 0. As we went into the Forest game, so we're flying for them. You do get these sort of games, I'm afraid. So that's why I said don't just sit there when you're playing goalkeeper mode. I mean, it is quite relaxing, but like this one is zone out. But I recommend having something on music, something on telly. Just it's kind of like a background thing, which I really like about these keeper career modes because you can just sit there and do something else. I'm a person that likes to do multiple things, as we came really close there. So it's a cool one, but obviously, yeah, you're not going to be using your mind all the time. And sometimes you're like, well, this is crap to play because I'm not doing anything. But yeah, it's a chiller one. I think it's even more chill than like a pro career because you're always like thinking, where's my positioning? But it's only really when they're in like, even though like your start position is important, especially when you're playing online more. Like you can come out and sweep for things, but with the CPU, it's not really like that. So it is chill. And I feel sometimes you can over concentrate in goal. And then you sort of overthink things, and then it doesn't really work anyway. And you get more frustrated. But I've been making some good saves. I've got my form back. That's the main thing. The team's just really defending well. As they finally got through us, they just always lose that gap. And this is a goal that annoyed me so much. One thing that impressed me because it was me. I pressed the wrong way this time. This was me completely. I just was sort of really bad, and I'm really impressed. That's rare that the game will sort of recognise that for me. They probably usually try and divert away or do some stupid animation, but look at that, how have I saved that? All those saves, and I just was spitting tomato at the time. I think I was anticipating going that way, which you shouldn't do. And if it's point blank, you're going to, but I went down too early. I waited. If I just made myself big, I would save that. So I was really gutted about that. But check, this save come up here, right? Completely spoiled it for you, but look at this. I mean, what an effort. I know I have to save that. Make it look dramatic for the cameras. That's what you've got to do. Instead of just catch it, that's boring. You've got to make it look dramatic for the cameras. Look at this. It's a really bizarre shot. Oh, yes. That's going to be the thumbnail, lads. That's going to be the thumbnail. But yeah, Forest all over us in this game. There's nothing we could do. Just let that really frustrating. As I saved that, straight at me. I didn't go down too early that time. But yeah, not bad. I'm really enjoying the save. Like we're 17th in the league after this game, as before the Blackburn game. I think we're in a bit of our own battle, but the teams below us are just doing shit. There's about 3 teams, as it always is at the start of the season. They're just doing really bad. So it's decent. It is decent. As we actually, I'm going to show a save from the AI for once because we actually worked a keeper. It's rare that happens. We don't have a chance to score. As I struggle for half time. I like little clips like that. I don't know what no one types flash like photography is banned at games, so I don't understand what that's in. I get it in as we actually had a chance in the 90th minute to win it, and we did. This hero guy again, but I don't understand what that's still in. Like FIFA 07, it was cool. Like Champions League 07, but like no fans sit there and flash. But it's what it is, isn't it? I like little bits like that. That is what I love. This is so cool. That's why FIFA have come on in the years. I was like to make a bit more generic, a bit less generic, sorry, of like all the fans, and I think that's where next gen's going to go, and that stuff excites me. Sorry to say, it just does. It improves my immersion, as some would say. That is a cool finish. Like right at the end, look at the replays. Ainsworth, we don't look like him, but he's going mad. And yeah, we're fine. Darryl Hogan. I'm actually going to look him up after, which I should have done before, and see what his career path is, because this guy is just getting the goals. But yeah, on to the next game, Preston scored straight away, which is annoying. Could I have come out quicker? Yes. Would I have made a difference? Probably not. But every goal you concede, you're going to think now, aren't you? As I say many times, and I always will. But yeah, it's just a nice move for Preston. We're really deep here, and they just didn't track him. And it's one of those goals, isn't it? Straight away from kickoff, though. Look at this. We had an attack, beautiful, almost scored, did score 1-1. Like I'm really enjoying the goals. Like the goals are decent to watch. I know it's sliders and that, but they are decent a lot of the time. So we're quite good to get instant chances from kickoff. That's like the only time we attack is from our own kickoff. But yeah, so we made it 1-1 against Preston. It was a lively start to this game, indeed. And just to score a goal, I mean, it's always good. But this lively play from the big man, and it's good. And on to the next one. Again, it was for a game like for 4 minutes. It was really lively at the start as they got through and smashed it past me. You know what I mean? Like you just have those games where you save it all, and then there's next games you can't save anything. It's just one of them. Like I'm not expected to save that. If you look in the replay, the animations always look weird when it's like middle goal and you've pressed high and he sort of puts his hand out, but you're just gonna get that, I'm afraid. Like look what AI keepers do. So yeah, it's one of them. And actually, that was the end of this game. Nothing else happened after that. After this really lively start. So we've mixed results, but for Wickham, we're doing brilliantly. Honestly, just keep picking up points. Those 3 points are crucial here and there. And yeah, look, 17th. And I didn't actually go onto the table because I'm an idiot. I think I must have done it at some point. But we're like 6-7 points above the drop zone. So I'll see you next episode.